This sharp-edged, fly-by-wire, real-world street fighter was sent into the ring late last year, and at first blush, the tail of the tape would suggest that this is a stripped-down version of BMW's hugely successful racetrack-ready supersport, the S1000R. But that would really be selling this bike short, because this thing is impressive. Sure, there's less ponies under the fairing than the R, acclaimed 160 in all, and yes, the weight is there, it's 3 kilos more than a R, but what really impresses here is the usable power delivery and the electronic goodies. Yes, it comes with the now de rigueur ABS braking and accompanying ASC automatic stability control, but you also get the combination knockout punch that comes with selectable on-the-fly DTC electronic power delivery modes, designed for both wet and dry conditions. And there's selectable DDC, electronic suspension setup modes. And if that's not enough leading-edge technology for you, you can also order the S1000R with an HP Gear Shift Assist Pro. Yep, it's all pretty trick. You don't have to take my word for it. Here's what loyal viewer Mark Russell had to say after a day in the saddle.
So Mark, BMW goes naked, 1000cc sport bike fun. What was your first impression when you saw this morning?
Well, it is totally fun. This is a new bike, and I'm familiar with the RR version, which is an awesome sport bike and winning races everywhere. This is a really cool version of it for like all-purpose riding around everywhere, anywhere. It's pretty comfortable. I can't compare it to the RR for speed or power, but it is incredibly powerful and fast. Yeah, that motor is really, really sweet. Would you not say? There's no replacement for that displacement. Oh no, and it may actually be better in the version in this bike than it is in the Hyper Sports bike. The horsepower is a little bit lower, but the torque is higher and it comes on sooner. You have a good variety of adjustments for throttle response that you can choose, and yeah, it's got more than you need everywhere. Right. Did you like the sound of it? Because we were listening to you ride past, and it's quiet, but it does have a nice sound. No, it sounds all rippy and snorty, and when you're slowing down, downshifting, you get little pops and crisp response from the throttle. It sounds cool. It's like a sports bike. BMW, it's coming as most BMWs with those Brembo monoblocks, ABS. Yep. Lots of stops. There's a lot of braking power. I think the brakes are linked front and back, and it's all electronically controlled because there's ABS, a lot of stuff going on in there, but there's more brake than you need. Well, sorry, there's never more brake than you need, but there's a lot of brake. This bike comes just loaded with all kinds of controls, and one of the things you can access is the modes for the engine itself, and you can dial it back with the rain setting, you can go with the road, you can go with the sport. What did you think of the modes? Well, I played with them as riding along, and I thought that was good that you could actually adjust while you're riding. So if you're riding on a highway and you're about to pull off on some two-lane twisty thing, you can make an adjustment to the way the throttle's going to respond to opening and closing. Or if it starts raining, you can actually select the rain mode as you're riding along, and it softens the response and I assume makes some changes to how it's going to apply to the rear wheel. Right, yeah, so you can certainly soften it up if you want in the rain, which is nice. It's not going to come on as hard. Yeah. How did you find the riding position? This is, a little different. Like if you sort of turn your eyes one way, this way, you're seeing hyper sports bike, and if you turn your look this way, you kind of go, oh, naked super bike, right? Yeah. Wide bars. How did you find that in terms of the riding position and the leverage? It was pretty comfortable. This would be a good commuter bike for riding around in the city or the city expressways, because you're in a good position to be able to see around you, and pretty comfortable on the hands and everything. At highway speed without a fairing, you can sort of lean into the wind, and it was all around pretty comfortable, I thought. Who would you recommend this motorcycle to? An experienced rider, for one thing, because it's incredibly powerful. It's not the kind of thing you should be
buying to learn how to ride on, or as a fairly new rider. Maybe somebody returning to riding and wants to use the motorcycle in a variety of ways. They're going to commute to work every now and then, they're going to go on weekend rides. It's probably not the best for a two-up ride for a weekend, but you could certainly ride into town to go to dinner with, you know, your partner on the back, and it'd be fine for that.
Yeah. What did you really like? What's the one lasting impression?
The smoothness of the power delivery.
Yeah.
And I have to admit, I rode most of the day with the throttle thing set on rain, because it was just a nice cush delivery of the power. It's still, all the horsepower gets there.
Yeah.
So it's as fast as it needs to be, but it was smoother and more comfortable than I expect a sport bike to be.
Do you like it?
Yeah, loved it. It's a good brand too. I mean, how can you not like a BMW?
Nice job, Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out today.
It was fun, thanks.